Hey, a message just came through really strongly through a reading. It made me cry. It made me tear up. It was so strong. It came through around this Two of Cups, and this Two of Cups card in particular. So we're going to just dive into that for a minute. This is about the way our relationships are changing. Yes, our romantic relationships, but not just romantic relationships, also all relationships. But this will be pronounced right now, especially in romantic relationships. Because, this is a partnership here. This is Two of Cups. It is about partners. But you will see this dynamic showing up elsewhere as well. So looking at this card, the message that came through was that right now, the very nature of human relationships and the way we connect and the way we allow ourselves to be in relationship has just been completely overhauled. Okay, so if you're trying to maintain an old model, it's not going to feel very good right now. If you're trying to do a relationship the way you always have in an old pattern, it's going to feel really bad, or it's just not going to work. Okay, so what's happening is, and this is, as I said, so beautiful. The challenging part is the letting go and detoxing from those old addiction relationship patterns that we had going for so long. But when we look at this, I'm trying to get it without the glare there. Okay, when we look at this, you can see the light coming in from the divine. See that light in the middle of them, behind, coming through from the divine, okay? That light is source, spirit, that divine love, shining in. And what's it doing here? It's flowing into each of these two people's cups. Okay? Flowing into each of their cups, bringing each of them abundance straight from spirit, love straight from spirit, connection straight from spirit, opportunities, gifts, all the good things in life coming straight from spirit, going into the cup. The cup is everything wonderful that life has to give you, your own beautiful life. It was just 222 on the counter when I looked at it. So 2 is this number of partnership, of reflection. And the important thing to remember here is the connection here is between spirit and each of these people with the gifts. That's where you see the light going. You're not seeing the light bouncing back and forth between these two, right? Yeah. Because in the past, what we do is we'd look at the partner and we'd say, you need to give me my abundance. You need to give me my love. You need to give me everything I need. Yeah. And we'd be like extracting it and trying to give it to and from the other person, right? So it's this, it would have looked more like laser beams shooting back and forth if we were looking at the way relationships have been, right? Okay. So now that light is coming from spirit and it's filling each of the cups in this new higher love, the two lovers or the two people can regard each other with, look at that look on their faces, with respect, with awe, with admiration, with appreciation for the gifts that each of them are receiving and regarding and watching and appreciating as each person receives those gifts. It's not a, what's in your cup, give me that, or a, I was the one who was going to fill your cup, where's all that coming from? It's a mutual admiration of each other in spirit, of each other in the gifts. And that is the key shift that's happening. You may be in the process of feeling a bit of a detox, a bit of a shakiness when it comes to releasing those old, more human, definitely codependent at times patterns between you and romantic partner, you and other people, or you and parents, or you and friends, or whatever that became. All the different manifestations. You may notice that you are now, because that's no longer working, going through a little bit of what is happening, I don't know how to do this, feeling heavy in that, feeling all kinds of emotions in that, maybe sadness, maybe anger, loss, who knows what. This is just the transition. I got the message very strongly this morning that this is just the transition period into this. And this is just beautiful. Your cup is being filled. Your cup is being filled by the divine. And then Spirit is bringing in that reflection of the partner, that you can regard that together, that you can enjoy that together, that you can look with awe and admiration at the gifts and at each other. Supporting each other, yes, but it's more about Spirit's supporting you. I mean, you can just sort of, yes, I'm giving you this wonderful energy. It's not about getting from and giving to anymore as much. It's more about witnessing each other as you both receive from the divine and as you both flow that out. It is a sharing rather than a gimme and I'm going to give you, which always leads to imbalance when it's run by humans, right? When it's run by us. So this is the higher love, the more divine way. But right now you just might be in that in-between. So if you are experiencing some of this withdrawal of, man, I got addicted to these old patterns, man, I'm not quite here yet, or my human physical self is not really able to appreciate that yet, then you just be present with that and focus on Spirit. Focus on saying to Spirit and yourself, this is what's happening. I am receiving those gifts directly from the divine. And just naturally and divinely, others in your life who can appreciate that with you, who can have gratitude with you, who can enjoy that with you, are being drawn in to do that. This may be upgrades to current relationships. This may be new connections and relationships that come in to serve as this, and old ones fall away. But just know that everything you need, could possibly desire, and more than you would even imagine, is coming in from the divine. Another thing they wanted me to mention here is, if in the old model, in the old way, one person was focusing solely on the other and wanting to extract anything or give anything excessively, in an out of balance way, that other person would block out the light, right? So you'd be focusing on that other person, and that would block out what Spirit's trying to give you. So if you find yourself overly focusing on someone else in relationship to the point where you're putting that above that connection and that flow of Spirit, that's when okay, I need to shift that focus a little bit. It might be hard, it might be difficult to release my hold on those old ways and patterns, but I need to do that so that light can come back in, so that everything can flow. Because if you focus too much on the other person, it will block out that light. And that's another important thing they showed me on this card. So the key is focusing on Spirit, letting those gifts flow in, and then just regarding that, appreciating that, admiring that with the other person. I love it. It's really like two big, powerful, wild animals who can regard each other in their individual strengths. They're not the same, but they can look at each other and go, I see you and I appreciate you, and that's cool what you have going on over there. Without trying to compete, without trying to take each other out, without trying to see who's the most powerful and how do we manage this. Just letting Spirit do all that, just like those animals do in nature. Two very powerful animals who are not going to take each other out, just regard each other and say, oh, there's another one like me. I'm going to let them do their thing and I'm going to do my thing. Okay. So I hope that this message has helped you. It definitely hit home for me today, and I am grateful just to be connected with you, and we'll connect again soon.